Well, welcome back, everybody. Great to be with you. And today's a little different welcome back because actually, finally, we are at move-in. So we have our new students moving in. We have a record number of new students, which is just remarkable. I think as of this morning, we were at 471 new students. That's an all-time record in the history of Belmont Abbey College. So it's remarkable tribute not only to you and everybody that's here, but also to all of those that have helped here, and the admissions office and just academics and just everybody who helped pull this all together under the most challenging circumstances. As you can hear, we're going to have I'm waving people through, so don't worry about it. Come on, you can come through. It's all part of everybody moving in. We got carts going by, we got people moving in. It's just all good stuff, right? But again, I'm just amazed at the outpouring of everybody's support in terms of the effort to come back together. Retention is the highest it's ever been. From freshman to sophomore year, and overall retention is the best it's ever been here at Belmont Abbey College. So I'm excited about this, and I attributed, some people say, why do you think that's happening? And I think it's a number of things, not just one thing, but I think it has to do with the fact of the kind of community and friendships that we form here and the support and love we have for each other. I think those are the things that draw people back. Obviously, liberal arts education teaches us to think well and to use our reason and to find solutions. So yeah, there's a lot of challenges that we have before us. All kinds of things. For example, the tents are up, by the way. They're not the permanent tents. We had to go and find another solution. We said, okay, we can't get the permanent tents for 2 weeks. We ended up renting tents for 2 weeks, so there'll be no interruption. We'll have tents the whole time, but we found a way to do it. The cameras for the classroom look like, and I'm sure most of you have dealt with back orders if you're dealing with Amazon or anybody else. So we'd gotten a vendor that said, oh, these are going to be back ordered. It's going to take several months for them all to be in. Well, we had great people here who went and searched. They found another vendor who had all the cameras we needed. And so I anticipate that by the end of next week, we should have all the cameras and mics in the classroom, these high definition cameras, which are just outstanding. And then just, so many other things that we have going on campus to improve it. Obviously, we have our signs up for everybody in terms of directional. We have our masks, that we're all wearing. And I think, these things are not comfortable. I know it's not our preference. I know some people argue it doesn't really make a difference or not. You know what? We should just try to be practical and reasonable about it. If it even has a chance of working and making this possible, and if it helps us to meet the standards that the county and the state and the CDC are asking us to meet, then we'll do them and we'll make it work. And again, we're going to have our challenges as we go. For example, under the temporary housing, it was a situation where, because of our contractor and builder being able to get all the things that they needed in place at the time, those have been delayed probably about a week until they're going to be finished. Okay, we came up with a solution. We got the Fairfield Hotel, I think we got the whole hotel, for the students that were going to be in temporary housing will now be at the Fairfield. Not what we wanted, but you know what? This is part of us, I think, just working together and figuring out, okay, things are going to come up, we're going to meet challenges, we're going to figure out solutions, and we'll work through them as we go. And so people have been very accepting of that, and I'm very appreciative and grateful for the cooperation and the willingness to work to make these things happen. So, I would say to you just some other great things happening. Officially, the hospital signing with Caramount Health and the Southern Benedictine Society. They're going to have kind of a big formal public signing that's going to take place on August 28th. It's going to be in the Haight. So that's just exciting to think about what that's going to mean, having the hospital here and everything else that's going to be going up around that as well. New majors, new programs, those are all taking place. We have a new parking lot. It's over by the tennis courts. It's nice. It's not macadam yet, but it's graveled, packed down. It's got the white lines for 150 parking spaces, which is a really nice addition given that we've had to give up some other parking other areas. The Science and Alumni House parking, that's in progress, and I think they're just finishing the plans on that. Hopefully that'll be done in the next couple of weeks. That'll add, I think, maybe another 80 or 90 parking spaces to what we have already. Other good things, the lab and the prep in the science building are completed. The only thing missing are these glass windows that are at the corners of both the labs. Otherwise, the labs are finished, look beautiful, first class. It's a blessing to have them, and it's just one more great addition to the science building. The lights on the soccer stadium are now actually functional and working. They're LED lighting from Musco. They're really, this is top of the line, first class lighting that we have. I've actually asked, can they turn them on in the next couple of nights so everybody could maybe see them and get a sense of what that's going to look like. Finally, the Rita Lewis garden, which I've spoken to you about before, is finished, and it's really beautiful. There's a fountain outside that's running. The garden has been manicured, looks beautiful, and can't wait for you to see that. So many other great things I won't even go into now, but there's a lot of great things happening. One thing I'll mention is that I've gotten it from a couple of students that thought, if we have one case of COVID, that's it, we're shutting down, everybody's going home. No. We have quarantine space, and we have a policy, we have procedures, we have ways that we're going to handle this in a safe way that allows us to continue to move forward. And if you think about it, what we really have to be on guard for is any kind of major outbreak. Usually you're looking at 10-day windows from the time somebody's tested until they would be clear to return to work or to class or whatever it might be. So what we're really saying is that in any 10-day period, can we keep any number of confirmed COVID cases to a minimum? And we have quarantine space for that. We'll do the isolation through testing. If it requires quarantine, we'll quarantine for the 10 days. And again, we'll just move through this. But I will say to the students especially, it's going to be determined a lot by you. In other words, if we adhere to the mask, if we can do the physical distancing, those are the things that are going to allow us to keep this thing going in person. I want to be in person. Everybody here wants to be in person. All of you that I've spoken with want to be here in person. So I think if we can just be practical and reasonable about this, we're going to get through this. And there's challenges with the NCAA. NCAA wanted to shut things down, and they have as far as the championship segment goes. Our conference has still said they're going to continue. I actually have a meeting with the presidents this afternoon, and I will tell you, I don't know where that's going to go. You know me, I am a strong advocate that we should be playing and we should be moving forward. There's a lot of presidents that want to do that as well, but there's some that thinks we should delay. So we're going to have a further discussion today at 2:30. Pray for that, that it goes well. But no matter what, we're moving forward. So, we're going to have practice. We're going to have competition of some kind here. I hope it's going to be in our conference. If it's not, we're still going to come up ways with, again, finding solutions and be able to move this thing forward. So, again, I'm just asking you, and if anything, I'm appreciate and grateful of your efforts to make this thing happen, for us to come back in person and make this work. And I hope we can show the world who's thinking that this can't be done, that we can do this. We can come back, we can make it work, we can find solutions to our problems, and we're all going to get through this together. And that's what the Abbey's about, is us being together and being the kind of community that does care about each other, that cares about each other's safety. Speaking of which, yes, there'll be some students that have issues and they may have to be remote, and there's some faculty members that may need to be remote. We've accommodated that. We're taking care of all of that. So again, we're going to find the way forward. And again, I'm just appreciative for all of your help and support. Those who have supported the Solidarity Fund, I am most grateful for your help in doing that. And so we're onward and upwards. It's an exciting day, people moving in, and I'll look forward to seeing the rest of you here, because the returners are going to be coming tomorrow and Sunday. And I'm going to keep these going, by the way, even when we're all back. I think it's a good way of just getting information out, and you get to hear from me directly if I can't speak to you in person. So let's keep going, and I can't wait to see all of you here. So take care and God bless.